Happy Dinger Tuesday, coming off a winning day, and we got a full 15 game slate today. Let's talk some baseball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven, and we got lots more baseball to talk about today, and it is Dinger Tuesday. So, if you are new to the channel, just a reminder, we have a contest every single week for Dinger Tuesday, $20 to the winner. Here's what you have to do. This will be the fifth one now. You got to leave your player who you think is going to hit a home run today, but that's not it. In order to be eligible, you have to leave the odds and the sports book that you found it. Otherwise, you will not be eligible to win. If we have more than one person hitting a home run, the higher odds, so plus 400 will beat a plus 200, for example. That will take it. If we have a tie in odds like we did last week, it will be the longest home run hit. And then if we have another tie where we can't break it, we'll have a Wednesday showdown. But anyways, leave that comment below. Try to go get a winner. You got nothing to lose. So reminder, NBA Best Bets video is out now. We are on an absolute tear. I want to keep that rolling. 21-8 run after going 3-1 last night. So like I mentioned, we got a full 15 game slate today. So let's get into it. And that means we start with the baseball fun fact of the day. Here we go. Someone can fact check this. I don't know. I saw it. It was just kind of interesting. But let's try it out. So here we go. During World War II, the U.S. military designed the grenade to be the size and weight of a baseball because they thought any young American should be able to properly throw that. You can fact check it. It might be wrong. Who knows? But I read it. It's got to be true. It's on the internet. So that's the fun fact today. In this video, we're going to recap yesterday. Like I mentioned, a winning day, only 3 bets, trying to be selective. We went 2-1. We will take it. And the one loss was rough, but good hitter matchups, then the good pitcher strikeout matchups, and then, of course, that pitcher report, and then we'll give you the best bets and the bets recap. Again, I'm not going to give you all the bets tonight. I'll give you as many as I can, but it's late trying to do 2 videos every night. There'll always be added plays in the pinned comments. But if you have not already, hit that like button. Leave a comment below. Help this channel grow. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button as we're on our way to 25,000 subscribers. Let's see if we can reach it by the end of the week. That would be insane. But either way, I appreciate all the support. So let's get into it. And it starts with the recap. All right, here it is. A nice 2-1 day. Like I mentioned, I'm going to try to stay away from like the 5-6 bet days for just a little bit. Try to get back on track, really be selective. And we went 2-1. William Contreras and Ketel Marte, 1+ hit each. They got the job done. Contreras got 3 hits. I don't know how many Marte ended up with, but that was an easy winner. Cutter Crawford, over 17.5 outs recorded. This is insane that number 2 has a check mark and number 3 does not. Cutter Crawford, it should maybe be the other way around. He had like 35 pitches, maybe more, in the first inning. I thought there was no chance. Throws 101 pitches, gets the job done, clutches up, and goes to 6 full innings. And then Yamamoto, I think he was around 90 pitches, maybe a little less, and they pulled him with 2 outs in the 6th inning. We lost on the freaking hook. That one hurt me. That hurt. It should have been a 3-0 sweep, but woulda, coulda, shoulda. So 2-1 day, we'll take it. There's the overall record and the breakdown. The game bets have been absolutely killing me. Other than that, we're doing pretty good. So there's the overall record down 3.37. Like I said, just a week ago, we were up 5 units or so. And baseball betting will humble you. So let's get back on track, or let's stay hot. But before we get into those best bets, let's talk the good hitter matchups. All right, for the first time this year, we have 2 pages of good hitter matchups. I mean, there is a lot of wins on these pages right here, guys. The first one, it's going to go in order of at-bats. I'm not going to list every one of them, but the Polar Bear, Pete Alonso, how about 16 for 46 with 5 freaking bombs off of Aaron Nola? He is Aaron Nola's daddy, let's just face it. And then there's all the rest of them. I mean, some other ones that have hit some bombs. How about there over there on the right in the middle? Isaac Paredes of the Rays, 4 for 10, and 3 of those 4 hits are home runs. And then you see Bo Bichette up there with a couple home runs along with Salvador Perez. But just a lot of good hitters. Right there on the bottom left, the Mariner, Ty France, 9 for 15 with 5 extra base hits versus Michael Waka Waka. So it's we got some good hitters today. So take a look at it. Take a screenshot. Hopefully this helps you get some winners. And of course, we got to go to page 2 for the first time this year. And those are the next 4. And these guys are hot also. Alec Bohm, he is 5 for 8, 3 extra base hits, and 3 home runs versus Jose Buto. Pretty impressive. And then Charlie Blackmon obviously had a long career. So those numbers, take it for what it is. And then Staunton O'Hearn finished us off both at 4 for 7. So those are the best hitter matchups for Tuesday. go get some winners, and now it's time to talk some arms. All right, we got two good pitcher strikeout matchups for you today, and it starts with Sonny Gray facing the Los Angeles Angels. Angels 10th highest K percentage versus righties at 24%. Not super high, but I got to mention this just because Sonny Gray, 44 Ks in 35.1 innings. He's been pretty solid. 6+ Ks in 5 straight starts now. And then the second one, my goodness, Dylan Cease versus the Colorado Rockies. Rockies third highest K percentage versus righties at 27.1. And Cease 60 strikeouts in 49.1 innings this year. So he already faced the Rockies in Colorado. He had 8 Ks versus them earlier this season. He now has 7 or more Ks in 6 of his 8 starts this season. So those are the two best pitcher strikeout matchups for May 14th. And now let's take a look at the pitcher report. All right, here are the first 8 matchups of the day. If you are new to the channel, we give you all this info and with the averages on the bottom so you have something to compare to, but hopefully this helps you guys out. If you like to do walk props, we got the walk percentage, K percentage, hits per 9, all that kind of good stuff. And then we like to give you a predictive number, which is expected ERA, ton that goes into that one. But for the first 8 matchups, we have 2 players or teams that I just cannot get a win on, and they're facing each other. It's the Orioles facing Chris Bassett. Bassett hates me and dominates when I fade him and sucks when I tail him, and the Orioles never help me win a bet ever on them. So now they're facing each other, but Chris Bassett, around a 5 ERA. Sometimes he looks really good, and then he just gets hit around all over. But other than that, we got a decent matchup there in Atlanta with Chris Sale against Jameson Taillon, who has been good in only a few starts this year. As you can see, Chris Sale with that high K rate again, finding his younger self with that 29.7% K rate. And then Eric Fetty been solid. I mean, I don't know what he did in the year off, but he has just figured it out. 2.86 expected ERA. And then going up against the rookie Mitch Parker there. And then Carlos Rodon has been pretty solid this year. Quietly solid, finally having a little bit of a bounce back at a 3.83 expected ERA. So the only one over or a 10+ K or walk percentage is Chris Bassett, and then Jose Buto has been struggling with the command at a 12.7% walk rate. So anyways, take a screenshot. That is the first 8 matchups, and let's take a look at page 2. All right, these are the final 7 matchups, and somehow, someway, Jack Leiter is still pitching right now. This will be his 3rd start in the major leagues after giving up 7 runs and then 6 runs, and it has just been ugly. You do see a 5.40 expected ERA. I mean, you would hope he's due for positive regression after a 12.91 ERA. Again, it's only been a couple starts, so take that for what it is. But he's just he walked 3 guys the first game and then walked 0 the second one, but he's only had 3 Ks in both games. So that's just an interesting one there. They obviously need him to pitch down some guys. But then you got Hunter Green, 27.7% K rate. We know how good he can be. Cal Quantrill has been, he's been okay, which has been surprising, but he's going up against Dylan Cease in a heavy mismatch there. Cease has been absolutely unbelievable this year so far. 32.4% K rate, 2.45 expected ERA. It's just been absolutely solid. And then Logan Gilbert. I mentioned it last time, he's a Cy Young favorite, but he sucked. And it was on, I don't know what day it was, maybe a day game, I think it was. And he got absolutely rocked, and people were irritated. It just came out of nowhere. I like him to bounce back here, but the Royals obviously can pose a threat here. But 27.1% K rate, and then Gavin Stone, a decent young pitcher for the Dodgers, is also down there. So the only high walk rates here are Ronel Blanco, the guy who already threw a no-hitter earlier this year, at 11.4%. And then Hunter Green, as you guys know, he can strike out, and then he can also lose his command a little bit. He has an 11% walk rate. So that's what we got for the final 7 matchups. Hopefully this helps you just start your day and look at all the matchups and go from there. But that is the pitcher report. And now it's time for the best bets. All right, this segment of the show is brought to you by our sponsor, Better Bet. That's BTR Bet, the best place to find, track, analyze, and share your bets. Click that link below in the description and go check it out. All right, before I get into this one, I have one best bet, and I'm going to go over a couple leans that I really like right now, but it's late doing 2 videos. I don't want to force bets out the night before. Not all the props are out as well, so I will add more plays just like yesterday in the pinned comments on X and on Discord. Thanks for staying patient with us. These 2 video nights, it might be like this every once in a while. So this first one takes us out to Texas. We got the Rangers hosting the Cleveland Guardians. Rangers money line -112. Guardians on the money line -108. With a total of 9 runs. My best bet in this game is the Texas Rangers. Team total over 4.5 runs at plus 100 on DraftKings. So the Rangers, they are facing Ben Lively on the other side. Ben Lively's due for some negative regression. He has a 2.5 ERA. He's not a 2.5 ERA guy. I expect his K numbers to go down a little bit. From what I've seen, he's just average in my opinion. And I think we're getting kind of a discount because of it. He's had a couple good starts against the Red Sox earlier this year, but the Red Sox did not have their full lineups. And, he just hasn't been the same in the last couple starts. You saw it last start. He faced the Chicago White Sox. The regression is starting a little bit. He gave up 8 hits. He walked 3 guys, gave up 3 runs. Again, that was the White Sox. They are horrendous, guys. They are so bad. He actually has 8 total walks now in his last 3 starts. And what better way to have a negative regression start when you're in Texas facing the Rangers? The Rangers versus right-handed pitching this year, 9th highest walk rate. That's huge. I expect them to get 3 or 4 walks in this game, to be honest with you. And more runners, obviously, is a potential for a nice, maybe 2-3 run homer or just keep a rally going. But they have the 4th best on base percentage, the 3rd best batting average, the 6th best WRC plus, weighted runs created plus, overall way of telling how you score as an offense. I think plus money for a top offense versus Lively. It's like I mentioned, it's just a great buy low spot. I think we will see some of that regression. And this is going to be Lively's toughest matchup, in my opinion. He did face the Braves earlier this year. That you could say that, but the Braves have been a little inconsistent on offense, which is surprising, but they have been. So the Rangers also being shut out yesterday. I like them to come back and just swing it today. And what you also kind of like is you need a running partner, I call it. So you want the other team to kind of score some runs as well, because you got to keep chasing, you got to keep scoring. Doesn't make it so your offense is just kind of dead and you're already up 6-0 or something like that, or 3-0, and you kind of let your foot off the gas pedal. Well, they have Jack Leiter on the mound. I think we're going to get some runs on the other side as well, because Jack Leiter has been absolutely horrendous in his first couple major league starts. But I like the Rangers to score 5 or more runs here at plus 100, and that is my one and only best bet the night before. Like you guys saw, there's a lot of hitter matchups, so we'll get a hitter parlay out tomorrow as well, or in the morning whenever you're watching this. But let's talk about 2 leans now. Now, my 2 leans today, just as of right now, it's 2 K props. Ronel Blanco under 6.5 Ks for the Astros. Okay, he's gone under this in 5 of 7 starts this year. I think he's being a little overvalued because he started out the year, with a no-hitter or 1-hitter. He started out good, but he doesn't have that great of stuff, in my opinion. He's facing an A's offense. They actually have been at dead average in the last 3 weeks. They're 15th in K rate versus right-handed pitching in the last 3 weeks, and the A's have the 8th lowest chase rate this year. So they're not some terrible team right now that's striking out a lot. And Ronel Blanco, 6.5 just seems a little too high for me. So I like his under Ks. And then the second one, right from the pitcher strikeout matchup, Dylan Cease over 8.5 Ks. I know this number is high. Listen, I get it. I don't usually like taking numbers this high. We'll see if it makes my card. But he had 8 versus this Colorado Rockies team last time, and that was in Colorado. Just listen to this stat. In the last 3 weeks, the Colorado Rockies, and this makes sense, when they go on the road and leave that Coors Field environment where you see hits, less strikeouts, on the road in the last 3 weeks, they're striking out a 31.8%, by far the highest in the major leagues, compared to only 24.6% at home. And this team just swings and misses a lot when they are on the road. 31.8% K rate is awful. I think Cease could get 10 plus Ks. Like I said, he got 8 against them before. Now it's going to be in San Diego, and Cease has had some big strikeout games. He is one of the best strikeout pitchers in the major leagues this season. So I like Cease over 8.5 Ks and Ronel Blanco under 6.5 Ks as a couple leans. And we'll see if any of those make my official best bets. But again, they will be in the pinned comments below. They will be on X and on Discord. So that's all the info, along with a bet and 2 leans that I got for you today. Let's check out the recap. All right, there it is. 1 is the loneliest number. The Rangers team total over 4.5 runs at plus 100 on DraftKings is the only bet right now the weekend before. And go get some winners and all the other research help as well. So thank you guys for listening. Let's build off that winning Monday and let's keep it rolling. Again, NBA Best Bets video is out now. 21-8 run. Let's see if we can stay hot there as well. Hit that like button if you haven't already. But I appreciate all the support that you guys give day in and day out. Hope you guys have a great Tuesday, and we'll talk to you soon.